Hi, it's me, Oscar, and this will be my idea in a story about the film I will make when I grow up. So, this series will be about me playing myself, bringing all my favorite characters together. So, it's going to be about me and Bambi. He'll be one of my favorite characters. Both of us will kind of be like the main characters, but here's how it'll go. So, we'll start off with Bambi telling his friends about how he met me, Darth Vader, Godzilla, and Black Widow. So Bambi told him about like the history about them, like how Bambi was in 1942, Godzilla in 1954, Darth Vader in Star Wars: A New Hope in 1977, then Black Widow in 2010 with Iron Man 2, and me when I was born in 2005, but made a YouTube channel in 2016. So he'll tell the backstory about how I brought them all together. First, I brought Bambi after the second movie during the timeline. Then I brought Anakin Skywalker during Revenge of the Sith after he realized that Padme had joined Obi-Wan. And then I bring Godzilla Jr. when the burning Godzilla and Godzilla's destroyer was about to melt. I brought him back too from a machine that I can travel through other movies in a multiverse. So then, I brought them all together, and I told them about what will happen next after, like, they're part of the movies, like, that goes on to New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi for Anakin, and then for Godzilla, plenty other movies, Junior. And so, they were, like, shocked and, like, relieved that I brought them all together, and I was like, yeah, you guys are alright the way you are. But they got mad because I said that. And also because they miss like their own universe. So they start to attack me. But then something happened to me when I was fighting Anakin. He had his blue lightsaber and he was about to swing it right at me. But then somehow I pushed my hand right out to him and somehow I had the force. And I accidentally force pushed him into almost a pit of lava and he burned. And for Godzilla Jr., I somehow pushed him into like a toxic waste of nuclear radiation mixed with it. And he fell into that. And for Bambi, I just knocked him out. And so after that, I brought them to the hospital. Bambi woke up and was curious about what happened. And then he saw that Anakin Skywalker now became Darth Vader. And then for Godzilla Jr., he becomes a full-grown version of Godzilla as the Heisei one. And they were all curious about how that happened, and it was all because of me. And they got super mad that they want to come after me. So I tried to apologize to them, but they don't forgive me. So then I had to fight them myself. And so once I did, I had a little bit of the force, like I'm a Padawan level kind of guy. And I had Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, the blue one. And Darth Vader had his red. He also brought back his like Imperial Army, a lot of it, except the Emperor. And Godzilla brought some of his monsters. And yeah. So then I fought them. I had my lightsaber and I was fighting Bambi, Darth Vader, and Godzilla. But once when they all three of them split up, so I had to fight them one at a time. I had to fight Godzilla first, but I didn't use my lightsaber, my Jedi powers. I can turn into a Godzilla myself. And so once I did, I defeated Godzilla. And then next, I turned back to normal, and I met Darth Vader. and he and I like did a lightsaber fight, and somehow I defeated him. He was badly wounded, but I didn't kill him. Then next for Bambi, I just like shot him in the back, and they're all like badly wounded. So, but then I felt bad for what I did, and I just realized I also traveled to like other movie multiverses, and I like brought some stuff from their movies. So I had like this potion from Chronicles of Narnia, the red thing that the girl used to like let the heroes drink and they'll like come back to life. So I gave them to all three of them, and they were alive. They came back to life. And then I was relieved, but I kind of felt like really mad. Like I don't forgive them for what they tried to do to me. But they apologized to me. Darth Vader becomes good. So does Godzilla and so does Bambi. And they apologized to me. But I don't forgive them. And I threw my lightsaber. And then Darth Vader knew that was all going to happen. So then I went back home. I was so upset. But then I saw one of my posters about Scarlett Johansson. And I felt like upset that she got married for like the third time. But then I was like, wait, I can just get one of her characters. Which one, Lucy or what else? I know, the Black Widow. So I went back in the multiverse and I brought her back. She was curious of what's going on, and all she knew is when she came to the real world, she only knows about the world and me. And so I introduced myself to her. She thought I looked kind of handsome, and she was like happy to see like meet someone like me. And so she asked if she would like want to go on a date with me, or if I want to go on a date with her. And I said yes. After a few days of dating, then I was like in one of her house, and she was like really happy to meet someone like me. But somehow Bambi snuck into the room, and she whispered to her. He was like, please tell Oscar to forgive all three of us. But Black Widow got mad at him, and he was like, get out of here, you idiot. But I didn't know Bambi was in there. And I was like, did you just call me an idiot? And she was like, no. And I was like, you know what, you did. I don't believe you. You did that. I can't believe this. You know, I looked up to you. I loved you. But now I made a mistake. Like the other three. Forget it. I'm breaking up with you. And she got really upset, and she kicked Bambi out of her house. And I was upset about all this. And so I was like, no more. And I broke the machine. The multiverse traveling machine. And somehow there was like a big explosion that everything like exploded like a firework. So then I was home, I was depressed and upset for what I've done. Till one day, I used the force to grab the remote, but it wasn't really I wasn't doing that good. But then my dad told me, you know, Oscar, maybe you should need a little more work on the force. And I was like, yes, I do. But there was no other Jedi, so there was only one Jedi that has to train me, Darth Vader. And so I contacted him to come to my house, and I asked him if he would train me as a Jedi, but he said no, because he sensed much anger in me. But I told him I won't get angry like how he did. Even though Darth Vader's good right now, he won't train me. But the next thing you know, a TIE fighter was about to crash onto me, and I force stopped it, and I gently put it on the ground. And Darth Vader told me, good work, my new apprentice. I'll make a part 2.